Well, I must admit, I never thought that I would be starting a moth trapping video looking at a temperature of 30 degrees centigrade, and yet that's exactly what it is here in my back garden at Market Warsop. It's about 22:15 now. The trap's been running for about a quarter of an hour. Not too many moths have appeared. I've missed all the exciting, really hot nights of the last few days. I'm just going to catch the remnants of this last bit of this 2-day heat wave, temperature dropping to a maximum of about the mid-20s tomorrow apparently. So under these more pleasant temperatures, I'm expecting good things tonight, but we'll see. There's a lovely gentle breeze, but what about that for a temperature? You think of near the equator, wouldn't you? Absolutely tropical. Well, it's a pleasant and steady start. Quieter than I anticipated, actually, to be honest. That's been a popular hawk moth in briefly. That's probably the highlight. It's largely micros, although no great number of species yet. As things come in and it settles down, then we'll start and see about filming some individual species when anything particularly noteworthy or interesting comes along. There's a nice breeze, but the temperature hasn't dropped an inch. Now, this isn't the best of shots. Can't get the light right on this, but the important thing is that you can see what this moth is, and this moth is a chocolate tip. What I'll put a better photo in than the shot that you're looking at now, but this is a moth new to the garden, and it's a moth waited a number of years to see. It wasn't in Nottinghamshire for many decades, and then all of a sudden it turned up out of the blue. One of those species that started all of a sudden to spread north through the UK. It quickly turned up at a number of sites, subsequently in increasing numbers over successive years. It's a beautiful, beautiful moth, very typical resting position, but it's just the beauty of the moth that's just not at all given away by the shot that you're looking at now. But great excitement, new species for the garden, and it's about time too. So that's chocolate tip, an absolute stunner of a moth. Well, while there's two cohabiting side by side, these are two carpets. You've got common carpet on the left hand side, and then you've got your large twin spot carpet which is on the right. Both fairly regular. The common carpet is very common, you'll often disturb it during the day, but large twin spot carpet pretty much only attracted to MB light or actinic light. But it's nice to get the two species side by side. Large twin spot carpets regular. Here I'll maybe get 2 or 3 records a year here in the garden. But two nice moths. Common carpets can be absolutely beautiful. They can vary quite a lot, and worn aren't always the easiest to identify, can look like other carpets. So you've got common carpet on the left and large twin spot carpet on the right. Well, we're steadily getting towards the early morning hours now. We're past midnight and it sounds like the wildlife of Warsop has gone to bed. Good range of moths come in. There's a plain pug just on the wall. I'll drop a photo in. Plain pug that's not as plain actually as you might think, and for a pug it's easily identifiable, and for a pug it's also large. It's a beautiful thing, and I certainly do well for them here. I had a number over the years, and it's certainly an annual visitor to the garden, usually several records a year now. And what else we got? There's a number of ribboned waves. Chocolate tip is still here, large yellow underwings. There's a male vapor moth in, which is unusual in terms of trapping. Mother of pearl is another one. Altogether, there's a nice range of species, and we get to the time of the night where that range of species should include perhaps some more rarities or firsts for the garden. Well, here's a beautiful moth. This is a dusky sallow. It's one of our most attractive noctuids that we get in the UK, and it's fairly common even in urban areas. This is a moth if you're new to trapping you'll certainly get on a nice July night such as we have tonight. It's often sometimes seen nectaring at flowers during the daytime as well. That's not too uncommon, but it's an absolutely beautiful moth and certainly one to look out for. Well, here's the view of the around the trap area at the moment. Not much is settling on the yard, so it's difficult for me to get anything easy enough to film, and those that's on the wall aren't staying on the wall too easy. So there'll be quite a few pictures dropped in with this video, as you've probably found out. And there has been another new species to the garden. It's the third one of the night, and it's small China mark that's dropped in. That's a nice one that I didn't really expect, but on a warm night like this is probably typical of many wandering wetland species, and moths are still coming in. There's a bird's wing in. All together, this is a good night. Of course, there's the moth everybody likes to see, especially in terms of size. And the moth down here, that's the plain pug that's now moved. But of course, the large beastie is poplar hawk moth. Superb moths, and featured poplar hawk moth on this channel before. Quite unusual, and at the rest with the hind wings showing from below the forewings. There's the hind wing, and there of course is the forewings, but beautiful, fabulous things. Everyone loves a hawk moth. Now here's an infrequent visitor to this garden, and this is Pterophorus pentadactyla, if I remember right. It's the white plume, and it's a beautiful, easily recognised species. It's the only plume that we have in the UK that is completely white like this. I'm quite pleased to get this, because this is a long time since this species graced the garden. You used to get it quite regular at Loud Wood at Eakring, but here this is almost mega rarity status. Fairly common though across the Nottinghamshire area, but this is a lovely, lovely plume, and one that most people may have seen at some time. Not an easy moth though for those of you that trap in gardens. At least I don't think it is. Well, it's just gone 1 o'clock in the morning. I had a very good 3 hours here, and still moths coming in. But 4 new species for the garden. Lovely warm temperatures. Couldn't ask for a deal more. And I don't want to stop out because it's my usual thing. I like to pack up when there's still at least an hour of darkness. That way the moths can sort themselves out and can clear away and tuck themselves away from predators. That's why I always stay out with the trap rather than leave it unattended. There's too many cats around here that would just love that popular hawk moth.